Do you not get the concept?
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about me going bald, and how I grew my hair back. My hair first started falling out, I want to say junior year of college. And when it was falling out, at first I thought it was just like my hair was being pulled too tight. The first bald spot that I found, my mom actually found it while she was braiding my hair when we were going to Florida for that little mansion family trip we had. So she braids it, she covers over the spot. I'm like, okay, like by the time I take out the braid, like some hair should grow back. You know, a month passes, the braids grow out. I'm back in my apartment at school. Angel and Caitlin, they're taking out my hair for me, and I'm like, did the spot grow back? They're like, it looks like it, but when I comb out my hair now, the patch is even bigger. Oh my gosh, like not only is the patch bigger in the center of my head, the back of my head is falling out too. So now I'm crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? Am I going bald? Like I don't understand. I end up calling Teledoc and I send them the pictures because again, I'm at school, so I couldn't actually go to the doctor. And when I send them the pictures, they tell me I have a fungal infection in my scalp. So I'm immediately embarrassed. I'm like, fungal infection? How do you get a fungal infection as an adult? Like, I don't understand this. They're saying like you could get it from like combs, like not washing your hair properly, laying on people's pillows, stuff like that. So I'm just like, I'm dirty. Like, how could this happen to me? They prescribed me keratin shampoo to wash my hair. So I'm like, okay, I can no longer like do like this. Like I couldn't put a weave in, I couldn't put a wig on unless I was gonna take it off, because the shampoo now, I was supposed to wash my hair once a week. So you know, being a black girl and stuff, like you're not about to be having braids, wigs, taking it off every week to wash your hair. So I turned into a natural girlfriend. Thank God it was COVID, so it's not even like I really had to go anywhere for real. And the times that I did go somewhere, I would like do 2 braids and throw a wig on that. So I'm doing the shampoo once a week, and my hair is growing, but the spots are not growing back, right? Then I started diving down the deep dark web of YouTube, trying to figure out other ways to like get my hair to grow back. So I ended up finding different videos, and I mixed my own hair grease. There was videos like, oh, Monistat 7 is a great way to help treat fungal infection. So I got the Monistat 7. Then other people were saying like coconut oil, tea tree oil, and then people said just for like regular hair growth and like anti-dandruff stuff, sulfur 8, the yellow bottle hair grease. So I get all of those things and I start mixing the hair grease, and I'm applying that to my scalp. Every time I wash my hair, I apply it probably about once or twice a week. When I'm doing this, I'm not seeing any results on my bald spot. So I'm just like, what the heck? Like, this is supposed to be working. And by the time school is done, it's May. You know what did grow? Everything else. Like when I say my hair significantly grew, my hair was touching my shoulders, but the bald spots were still bald. There was not a single trace of a follicle at all. And I'm just getting upset because I'm like, I'm following what the doctor told me to do and I ain't seeing no results. So I come home now, actually. It's summertime. And I go to the hospital because now I'm convinced like it gotta be something more than just a fungal infection. I'm going to the hospital, I'm crying, stressed out. Like when I tell you, I don't know what it is about hair that put like a mental toll on me, bro. But like, it just made everything worse. Growing, like it's hard to grow my hair already as a black girl. And I feel like I put a lot of my identity into my hair. So the fact that this thing was just balding out on me, like it was quitting on me, it was just too much. So I go to the hospital now, and I remember going there. They put me in the pediatric center to see a doctor because I'm at this point on Google searching up like the craziest stuff for what could possibly be wrong with me because it can't be no fungal infection. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I have lupus? Like I'm about to die. Like it's not, I'm telling you, bro, it's not funny. It's not. I'm laughing now, bro, but I was crying real tears, y'all. I tell them the situation. I'm like, are y'all gonna run any blood tests or something? They're like, no, they're not gonna do that. They basically say like I possibly have alopecia, and they give me a referral to go to a dermatologist. I go to the dermatologist now, and my thing is like, I'm like, how can you just look at it and be like, yeah, this is what it is? Like you didn't run no test. Like how do you know it's alopecia? And mind you, I ain't never hear of alopecia at all at this time. Like when I found out about this was before like the whole thing with Jada Pinkett Smith and Will and alopecia and all of that became popular. Like now it's like if you say you have alopecia, people be like that. No, I'm sorry, but that's what kind of annoys me is like ever since like that got like publicized with Jada, it was on some like, oh, everybody's like they have alopecia because their hair is balding because they pull their hair too tight. That is not alopecia, okay? Like, that gets me so tired when people be like, oh, like, it's traction alopecia, you're pulling your hair too tight, so your hairline is receding. That is not alopecia, okay? That is not alopecia. Alopecia, for those who do not know, is an autoimmune disease, okay? It is not curable, which is another reason why I had crashed out when I got it confirmed at the dermatologist. And mind you, I went to 2 different dermatologists, so the second dermatologist, when they really confirmed it, I crashed out even more because I'm like, I gotta deal with this for the rest of my life. But alopecia is an autoimmune disease, and basically how it's worked, how they described it to me, is that your autoimmune system sees your hair follicles and they detect it as like a germ or like something that needs to be destroyed because it's making you physically sick. So if you know anything like sciencey from, I guess, what, like middle school, your autoimmune system is responsible for taking care of you anytime you have like any germs or like sick cells like the flu or anything like that. They attack against it to keep your body safe and to keep you healthy. So my autoimmune system thinks that my hair is making me unhealthy, and it's like pum 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 pum, killing all the follicles in my head, so I be going bald. So that's the best way I could explain it to y'all. That's how it makes sense to me, so I hope that how it makes sense to y'all. There are different kinds of alopecia. They have the, I think it's called areata and tractional. So there's one where it's like spotting, which is what I had. So I get random spots of alopecia around my head, or random bald spots around my head. Or you have the ones where it recedes your hairline, like traction, so the front of your hairline or the back of your hairline. I have the one that spots, okay? And it was points where it was like the middle of my head was like one stubborn spot that just kept going bald, and there was a point where it's the back of my head, then there was a point where the whole side, the front was, it was a mess. But anyway, so I find out I have alopecia. This is when the back is still being eaten away. They started giving me steroid shots. When they give you these steroid shots, it's literally needles to the head. Like, you know the ones where you take to draw your blood, kind of? They're pressing that in your head like pew 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 pew. And I'm not gonna lie, it does hurt. Do you get used to it after a while? Yes, but it still hurts all the same. But it's not like a, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. It just feels like a million pinches to your head depending on how many shots you have to get. And technically I have to get a lot because your girl was balding. So when you do start getting the shots, they do give you the disclaimer, like, even though you take the shots, it's not guaranteed that your hair is gonna grow back. And even if it does grow back, there is a possibility that it's gonna fall out again, which was happening to me, by the way. Spoiler alert. I took 3 shots, which I went once a month to get, for it to start growing back the first time. And the first time I noticed the hair growing back was when I was in Guyana, and my dad was like, oh, you know, the water is healing out here, like that's the reason why your hair is growing back. My dad don't believe in no modern day medication. So it had little follicles, and I'm like, okay, like this is a good sign, right? Then I go back to school, my hair starts falling out again, and it starts falling out worse, right? So now I'm really stressed. And I would also like to say, the doctors do say that stress does play a part in it. So I was stressed for like a multitude of things. I was trying to get a new job, I was feelings, my emotions, I was trying to get into grad school, it was a lot. Okay, so your girl was also stressed. So that's when it was just like, god damn, like your mental health has to be in tip-top shape also for your hair to continue growing back. And me, I'm a professional stressor. I've been learning to, like, you know, roll with the punches, keep it cool, but nothing about me is a chill girl. So imagine me having to learn now to chill the hell out. Awful. It was awful. I'm still using the shampoo, the keratin. I'm still using the hair grease that makes the monostat, sulfur 8, tea tree, coconut oil. And now I'm not getting the shots because I'm back at school. So the year passes, my hair is growing and falling out, growing and falling out, and then I graduate. So now I have access to the doctor on a regular basis because I'm back home. I go to a new dermatologist now. They run some blood tests to see if there's like anything else that's wrong. I'm not trusting them. Like, they're telling me do this, this, and that, and I'm not taking their word for it because the last dermatologist told me do this, this, and that, and my hair was still falling out after. So I'm like, no, that was me being stubborn. I should have just listened in the beginning. But they prescribed to me these pills to take. And one thing about pills, it's just like, technically you're telling me I need to take this for the rest of my life. You're making me feel sickly, and I don't want to feel like I'm terminal, especially because it's not a curable disease that, well, damn, it really is a disease, but it's not curable, okay? So I don't want to feel like I'm terminally ill, like I'm about to die, and you're talking about, oh, you got to take this pill for the rest of your life. So what she prescribed to me was minoxidil. And when she prescribed the minoxidil, she basically clarified, like, this is a pill. They usually give it to men, and it could affect your cholesterol. So I had to get blood tests every here and there also. But it basically grows hair everywhere. So, like, even though we're targeting it to grow more on my scalp, I'm going to grow hair on my face, under my arms, on my legs. Like, I'm just going to basically turn into a hairy monster. That was the disclaimer. And I said, you know what? High cholesterol, hairy monster, let's freaking do it. So you get prescribed 15 pills, and you're supposed to cut them in half. So you take half a pill every single day. So I was taking that after I stopped being stubborn. I'm like, I'm not seeing results. Mind you, while I'm doing that, I'm also getting the steroid shots from her. And my hair is like an all-time low, okay? All-time low. When I say now, it's like the front of, this is when the front of my hair started to fall out now too. So like, I'm really like crying my eyes out every day, because I had to like really only be, I could really only wear wigs. I'm like, damn, like I can't even, ooh, I'm about to start crying thinking about that. Woo! No, it's over. It's over, yo. That stuff is traumatizing. But I'm just like, I can't even wear my natural hair outside. I can't even put my hair in a ponytail. Like, I can't even get braids if I want to, because the bald spots are showing. Like, it was just so embarrassing. Like, I was like, I'm too young to be going bald. Like, there were so many times I would look in the mirror and be ready to just like cut off my entire head, and everybody's like, oh, it's not that bad, or like they would try to like send these like witch doctor or like cure, and I'm like, it's not curable. It's not curable. And it's like, I know people are trying to help, and they're like, oh, try this or try that natural herb, or go to this doctor, go to that doctor, and I'm just like, bro, please, I don't even want the help anymore. Like, I'm already going to the doctor. I'm gonna just listen to what they say and hope for the best. I don't want no more internet doctor advice. Please just save it. So now, you know, it's getting extreme. Basically, I'm going to the doctor once a week, not once a month. I'm going to the doctor once a week. I'm getting my shots, I'm taking my pills. I also got other things. So they had a special doctor, and they mixed this hair grease, like, it's not hair grease, they mixed this, I guess you could say hair grease, right? And they're like, it's called the sticky grease. Like, I still don't know what it is. It's a Jewish place that they use to mix it for me. So I was putting that on my scalp. I didn't really like the smell of it. It wasn't working. Then they also gave me this I can't even pronounce it, chlorobastal prionate topical solution that I was supposed to put on my scalp daily. So I had those two things to put on my scalp, and then I had the oral pill, and then I had the steroid shot. So I was on a lot of drugs, basically. I'm not gonna lie, part of me felt like a freaking crackhead having to like do all of this just for my hair to be stubborn still. Like, I'm telling you, I was doing that for, I want to say, a good 6-7 months. I was not seeing results, and I was still putting the hair grease on my hair. I was washing my hair once a week. Like, I was getting very discouraged, honestly. And who wouldn't? Because it's like, if I've been trying to grow back my hair for 2 years, and I've only seen it get worse, I'm gonna think that that's it for me. So then I finally start seeing results. And when I say results, I mean like tiny little follicles finally showing up in these stubborn spots. There were still spots like size of my hair, those took forever to grow back, but I'm finally seeing these little like signs of progress, right? And I try not to get too happy, because the progress, right? Finally see some little progress. My hair will start growing back. I'll get a little bit excited. I started to get a little lazy with the pills and stuff. When I did that, bro, my hair started falling the freak out again. So I'm crying. And then also, I told y'all, like, I get stressed really easily. So it's like, I'm not allowed to get stressed. I got a therapist. My therapist was not no goddamn help, but I got a therapist to try and like find ways to manage, like, not crashing the hell out all the time. If only y'all knew like what the hell I was going through for the last 2 years, you will also understand why it's so hard for me to be like, oh yeah, I could just chill. Nothing about my life was chill. I was just going outside every day trying to get through the day, trying to see another day. Anyways, we go back to it. I get back on the pill. I get real serious again. I never stopped going to a dermatologist. I always made sure I was going to dermatologists every week. Then there was a point where the dermatologist was telling me like, oh, maybe you should come every 3 weeks. Baby, no, I need to come every single week. Like, there was a time where she started like turning me away. She was like, no, we cannot take you. So I think I got addicted to going to the doctor. Like, that was my pastime, that was my self-care. That was the only time I felt sane, because I felt like I was actually working towards fixing something. Finally, oh my gosh, like I don't know what changed, or maybe it was just that I was I was trying long enough, bro. But my hair starts finally growing back. Like the sides start growing back in again. But I still had like one stubborn spot in the front. Like a big bald patch in the front. And like the hairline was still like, you know, struggling. My hair grows back now. It is two different textures. Literally, you know, like when you have a newborn baby and their hair is soft and curly and stuff. That is how the whole perimeter of my head is, like wherever the bald spot was, or like right here in the middle. The rest of my hair is coarse because I have 4C hair. I just had two different hair textures when it started growing back. Now that my hair is fully back, let's pray that it stays for a while. Finally, so the things that I used was the Monistat hair grease that I told y'all about, that people still think I'm kind of crazy about, but I'm gonna stick to it. The shampoo, the keratin one, and they also prescribed me another one. It's called like sulfur something, but that one doesn't really matter because they do the same thing. The steroid shots, the Claribostil, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, chlorobastisol, and the stinky grease from the Jewish herb place. I want to say for sure that Monistat stuff, that was growing my natural hair crazy. Like when I say growing, and not only in length, in fullness and thickness, like it was growing my hair crazy. And then of course the minoxidil. I feel like the minoxidil is like the main thing in all of this. That's like, oh yeah, this is the winner. That minoxidil, take that pill, you gonna get some hair everywhere. But honestly, y'all, that has been my journey with finding out that I have freaking alopecia. Oh my gosh, I am terminally, it's not terminal, but I'm gonna have to deal with this for the rest of my life. So when people be joking about, oh, they got alopecia, oh my gosh, it must be alopecia, and they be joking, that is not funny. It really isn't, because imagine you, for the rest of your life, you cannot be stressed. If you're stressed, you're gonna trigger your hair falling out. And then if you want to wear a certain hairstyle, you can't because your hair is falling out. Diseases like that, they're linked with other things, and the fact that the thing is uncurable just makes it even worse. Like, what do you mean you don't have a cure? Get something to fight back, because why is my autoimmune system fighting me? We're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be protecting me, not destroying me internally. But yeah, that's my story. That's how I got my hair to grow back. A lot of people have been asking me like, oh, do I have to, like, does it matter if I have alopecia? Does it matter the hair type for the hair grease and stuff? And I honestly don't feel like the hair type matters. These are not traditional stuff that you would use in your hair. Let me tell you about the hair grease though, specifically. The Monistat 7 was probably the most embarrassing thing for me to go to the store and buy, because, you know, technically Monistat 7 is for yeast infections. And I don't want them to think I have a yeast infection every single month. So I just started ordering it on Amazon. I have like a reoccurring packaging for it to come. It's the purple box one. So that's the Monistat 7. The tea tree oil, I don't think there's a specific brand that you need to use, but just make sure it's raw, like the natural one. Don't go to the hair store, get the raw tea tree oil, like it's the essential oil one. I order everything off of Amazon, so I'm gonna just link it down below in my Amazon storefront, and you could just get it directly from there. I feel like that'd be easier. The coconut oil, raw 100% coconut oil, you could get that from the grocery store. And then the sulfur 8, I get the yellow bottle. I don't know if there's like a different one, and I mix it up. And if you go on my TikTok account, you could see there's videos of me actually mixing it live if you want more details about that. And there's also videos on TikTok of me balding and like the date and timestamp of all of that if you want to see it for real. But that's all for this video. If y'all want me to talk about the skincare journey I had to like clear up my skin, I was actually on Accutane after I tried everything else, so I could tell y'all in depth about that, because that's another, oh gosh, that was a lot. I'm just happy that I'm not dealing with that anymore. But yeah, let me know if y'all want to see that, and come back for another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Love y'all. Bye.